The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. A Counterintuitive Approach to Living a Good Life by Mark Manson. In this age of survival of the fittest, a vast majority of people undergo an extensive list of mental and psychological health issues, either in their personal or professional life, sometimes even both. Ample determinants contribute to this surge in anxiety, depression, undermotivation, and delusionary ideas of happiness and contentment among individuals. To counteract and ramify the aftermath of a competitive and unrealistic society, Mark has addressed in a cogent fashion the vital and pivotal truth of human psychology. The subtle art of not giving an F suggests that everyone is supposed to come into terms with the imperfections and disproportions of one's life. Accept the deviations and let go of the unworthy worries by not giving an F about them. Focus and invest one's energy in what truly holds importance in one's own heart and mind, consequently leading to classify and proportion what truly matters and what not in one's life. The core of the mentioned book revolves around a few key concepts, which adorn the reading experience for the reader. 1. Self-improvement. Either surfing through social media sites or watching videos, an illusion is created in the minds of the viewers. One needs to be the richest, the most brilliant, the most productive and hard-working person in the room. Subtly, the viewer is shoved into an imaginary world, where if he fails to be the best, he won't survive the world. Here Mark makes a point that media and other teaching environments compel individuals into pursuing complacent and big-headed moments of joy, cherish, and illusionary satisfaction. Feedback loop from the hell. The more one allows himself being associated with material acquisition, the less likely he is to be content. Not achieving one's material goal gives them anxiety, and people get anxious for being anxious. Therefore, a loop is constructed. The solution is to focus on the present and immediate. Try not to try more than it is required. 2. What matters then? The obvious question arises, what does not giving an F mean? This book is superseded with the idea that not giving an F in no sense carries the meaning that a person should flee his responsibilities and not worry about anything at all. Rather, it carries the message that one should worry about the right things and not unmerited matters. Do not fear being different and nonconformity to the society. Identify what is important, or one may struggle all his life in an unimportant and worthless matter. With the passing days, one becomes okay with his personality. He accepts things and his personality solidifies to other people's opinions. Why is it so? Because the older and middle-aged people tend to divide what matters and what not in their lives. Thus, the simple life. 3. Suffering. Mark Manson mentions the life history of Buddha, who structured his ideology on the fact that suffering and loss is inevitable, and it is futile to resist them. Mark also shares his opinion by mentioning that one cannot attain happiness by solving an algorithm. Discontentment is integral to the cause of happiness. Happiness evolves from deciphering problems. As problems are endless, therefore, happiness is a constant struggle. However, there are two other types of people. People who deny their existing problems and try to be in a bubble of delusion. Individuals who blame people and circumstance for their problems, hence their anger and discomfort in life. To surmount, there is to be a balance between mind and emotions. According to the author, negative emotion is an indication of something bad or good happening shortly. Positive emotion is a reward for acting accordingly and solving a problem. 4. Entitlement. In the 21st century, technology has altered the thinking ability of an individual. It has appeared a standard to be an exceptional and all-around doable person in the room. People remember the most beautiful sceneries, the breaking news, the funniest joke, or the most expensive resort only. However, the reality strikes a blow at people. Viewing these, one is shoved into a state of doubts and shame when comparing himself with the broadcasted and fortunate people. He disregards the fact that life is mostly ordinary, after all. No one is really special at all. One may be exceptional in one area and mediocre in other fields. Mark highlights two types of self-entitled people. I suck, and you all are awesome. Therefore, I deserve special treatment. Everyone sucks, and I am special. Therefore, I deserve special treatment. 5. Troublesome values. Pleasure. Pleasure is the effect of happiness, and not the cause. It is temporary, short-lasting, easy to access, and consequently easy to lose. Material success. Research has revealed that the relationship between contentment and material acquisition is almost to the null, for material pleasure lasts short. Being right always. The moment one feels to be sagacious and shrewd is the moment one puts a hat to the learning process. One can never know the whole information all by himself, but only a side of the coin. Making an effort to being always right does not allow one to view things from various perspectives. Staying positive. There are matters in life when one is supposed to express his negative vibes acceptably and healthily. Running a marathon and raising children imparts more pleasure than eating a cake or clubbing, even though it demands more energy, time, and money to be invested. Once one goes through it all those periods of hardships and struggle appears to be glory in your eyes. As Freud says, one day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. 6. Blissful attributes. Rejection. It takes a dauntless and courageous attitude to be able to say and hear no for an answer, without creating a fuss about it in your relations. Contemplation of mortality. The idea that I am going to die one day puts things in quite a unique perspective. Failure. It appears to be an unfortunate happening that life and school impart the lesson to avoid failure. According to the author, schools evaluate pupils based on performance and penalize those who do not follow societal conformity. Mass media highlights the few hours of success rather than those thousands of hours of training and failure behind it. If facing any issue, wake up and do something. The thought that one is doing something yields solutions somehow. 7. Boundaries. Mark Manson lays down a few basics for a strong relationship by stating that in a relationship, a partner must single out the hurdles and issues and solve them with mutual efforts and support. Must solve their problems by themselves. Do not hold grudges by hearing or saying no. Rejection should not inflame conflicts or crisis between the partners. How to build trust. Conflict is necessary to build trust. However, if the trust is mutilated by one partner, the guilty partner must compensate by demonstrating and showcasing a change for positive attitude. 8. Death. The idea that one day I will die gives meaning and contemplation to everything and every happening around us. The psychological revolutionary idea of creation and procreation is a mere mirage to avoid the inevitable death. It develops a mental crisis to think of immortality not only to oneself, but to others by imposing the immortality projects on others. Top lessons. 1. Choose to be responsible for every circumstance in life. Develop the ability to hold yourself accountable for your mistakes and move forward with lessons learned. 2. One is always wrong. What we can do is being a bit less wrong with each passing day. 3. Appreciate what is dear to you. Hold on to that through thick and thin. Be a man of commitment. 4. There is an imminent happening at the end, death. Prepare yourself for it before leaving a legacy and an imprint on the world. The world requires conformity and submission. which leads to the suppression of individualism in innumerable people. Mark Manson made a substantial effort to evoke those suppressed emotions and generate new and liberating sentiments among his readers with his unorthodox tenets. The book comprises of non-fictional stories to further improve and back his arguments. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F categorizes an intricate psychological web of issues that provides a helping hand in making life simple and enjoyable. Mark Manson unveils the conventional and illogical ideas of motivation and self-improving teachings by counteracting it with true-to-world and rational arguments. The author also discloses the reality of fear, death, and boundaries with examples to simplify the already perplexed conceptions and make the book a page-turner.